In this video, we are going to talk about how to control the flow of characters on a path. As you can see here, I have a different scene, a new one, with a different background model. Okay, this is a background model you can find in the library backgrounds, okay, and is this one, the second from the left. It's called Ibermotion Arc Interiors. Okay, so I just created a new scene and placed this background model in there. Okay, so we have this this street cross. Okay, we have main street and a smaller one. We have here as shopping center and a couple of buildings around. Okay, so in this case, as you can see here, we have a path crossing this street. We probably would have here a car going by. So what we want is to control characters. When there are cars coming by, crossing, then characters have to stop, and then they can cross when there are no cars, or when the cars are stopped. And so we are going to learn how to use a traffic light area. Okay, the traffic light, as you can see here, I have a model. Okay, but the traffic light element, simulation element, is not useful just for this situation. Okay, we could have, for example, another situation like this. For example, say, just for the sake of demonstration, okay, something like this. Then I change this, okay, click generate, and so on. Okay, so in this situation here, if we would hit spacebar, Anima would handle this without problems. Okay, each character would try to avoid the others. But there are some situations probably in which we have too many characters to be able Anima to handle. So we could have issues anyway. So we could use this element we are going to learn in this video to solve this issue. Okay, so at the moment we will use it as a simple traffic light. Okay, so select this path and delete it. Okay, so here we have two different situations. Okay, even if they seem similar, they are different. Okay, we have two areas on the sidewalk destined to for the waiting of the characters coming from, in this case, the shopping center, the others from other buildings, okay, to wait the cars to pass. Okay, so this tool is placed at the bottom of the toolbar here on the left of the viewport, okay, and is the last tool we are going to see of these. At the moment, I will use the rectangular tool, in this case a rectangular area, and as you can see here we have the preview area as we saw for the socializing areas or the avoiding areas. Okay, it's very similar. So I will be placing this here, okay, and that's it. So Alt-E to center the selection, okay, as other times, and so on. So we have our bounding box, our manipulator, our icon, which is a bit different from other times. In this case is red. Why is red? Well, this color will define the current state of the traffic light. At the moment is red, okay? But it could be green, for example, okay? We also need to use this option, this icon, to select the element. Then we have the area with the cubes to define the shape and the grid in the area, okay? So how can we set this? Well, first thing first, we need to place this area correctly. Okay, as you can see here, it overlaps a bit the street, so I don't want this. So I will place it something like this, and I will almost, let's say, center with respect to the area of the sidewalk. Okay, then I will start to define, okay, the area I want to use for the characters to wait for the green light. Okay, so I will give them a bit more space. Remember that this is important, as always. Okay, there will be characters coming here, they will stop here, and if they have not enough space, they would cause problem. So remember always this. Okay, so I will select this. What I will do also is something like this. Okay, I will try to avoid to have people to start placing two outside the path. So as you can see, I have created this kind of shape. Okay, so the people coming here, entering, they will spread a bit here in front and a bit less in the rear. Okay, it's almost done, but we have a problem. You see these little arrows? These are pointing backwards. Backwards because in this case the characters that are entering from this side, the shopping center side of the path, they will be facing with this arrow backwards. They will be facing the shopping center, and we don't want that. We want to be facing the street they will have to cross. So how we can change this? So we select the traffic light and we have a look at the properties panel to the properties, okay, on the right. So this button is, we already know it, is the button we need to define more, to add more vertices and define the shape. And then we have the square properties. Here we have the motion clip category. At the moment is the traffic light category set. And then we follow with the 3 options we don't know. The others, we already know them, okay? We will talk about them, however. The start green is a sort of question, okay? Do you want this traffic light to start green? At the moment is no. For this reason, the color here is red. But if we change this option to yes, then the color changes to green, okay? So this is very important, and it is visually very, very useful, very easy to understand, okay? I will set it back to no. Then we have the cross length frequency. Now, this is the time in seconds that have to pass between the red and green light, and vice versa, of course, okay? So at the moment, this crossing time is 15 seconds. Then we have another option called estimated time to cross, okay? So let's have a look a bit here. This is an estimation of time needed to a character to cross to the other side. This is very important because when for example, the traffic light is green, so the characters are entering the area, they saw that the traffic light is green, so they start crossing. But if the time left for the green light to be green and then change to red is, let's say, 4 seconds, and we have an estimated time to cross of 5 seconds, which is higher, then the character will stop because he knows, or she knows, that he wouldn't have the time to cross the street, okay? So this estimated time to cross is very important, okay? Perfect. So what we have to do now is change this orientation of these arrows. And how we do this? Well, with the rotate placement grid, okay? These are degrees, so I will change this value to 180 degrees. And that's it, okay? Very simple. Okay, so now we have deselect this to create a traffic light here. But here I will create the traffic light in a different way. Instead of creating the square traffic light, I will use the option to create a polygonal square area in this case. So I will draw directly the shape as we saw in the Stadium Tribune video, okay, something like this, okay, and right click to end this creation mode. Now I will do the same thing here. I will give this area, well, the characters, a bit more space, something like this and something like this. As you can see, it's very, very easy. So this is fine. Now the direction also, it's almost fine, but as you can see here, the path arrives to the street, to the cross, with a bend. Okay, so the character won't arrive exactly orthogonal to the street. So what we could do is to select this element, this traffic light area, and change the rotate placement grid, something like this, a bit more, okay, to have them a bit easing in when entering from an orthogonal direction, okay? So this is not really important, but well, it's something, it's a small detail that counts anyway. Okay, so escape. And now let's talk about one thing important. These two elements are separated elements. This means that these have independent options. But in this case, since they are traffic lights on the same street, okay, they have to have the same options set. And when I say same options and values, I mean they have to have the same cross lamp frequency time and estimated time to cross. And of course, the start green option have to be the same. We cannot have here a red and here a green. But also we cannot have a different cross lamp frequency times, because this would turn red probably before this would turn red. Okay, so these have to be synchronized, and so we need the same options values. Okay, that's it. Now let's go to another situation we have here. Okay, a bit different one. So we see different ways of solving some of the needs we have. Okay, so here we have another cross. In this case, this is the main street. Okay, so it's double the size of the other one. And we have already this traffic light area. This is already set, and I want to create another one on the other side. So what I could do is just to, well, use the traffic light tool and create a new one. No, I won't do this. Okay, I will copy this here to make things faster. So I will use the shift key on the keyboard, left click and drag using the manipulator, and I will create a perfectly aligned element on the other side. So left click on it, Alt E to center the selection. But the problem here is that this element is reversed. As you can see, the shape and the direction of the arrows of the cells. Okay, so in this case, how we could do this? We could change the shape, we could set the rotation placement grid of yes. But what I prefer is just to select the element and use in the transform section here the rotation option. Okay, and I would set this to 180 degrees, and that's it. Okay, so always think the fastest way to reach the goal you need. So at this time, this is fine. Okay, this is exactly fine. Now let's have a look at the whole situation. Okay, some of you probably would notice that there is something wrong here. Okay, we have all the traffic lights set the same. They are all red, starting red, so they will probably go green at the same time. So we will have cars crossing, moving at the same time. So car accidents. So we don't want this. Then we need to understand that these two different streets have to be set in reverse. What I mean is, if these are red, these have to be green. So first of all, I will select the first one. I will set the start green to yes. Okay, and this also. Remember that the traffic light pairs have to have the same options. Okay, so now this would work. What probably wouldn't work is the following. Even if these have to be green and this red, all these have to have the same cross lamp frequency. Okay, because when this traffic light pair changes to green, this has to change to red. Okay, this is very important. But at the same time, here we have a street double the size of this. So the estimated time to cross for this pair of traffic lights cannot be the same as this one. Okay, so in this case, I will, for example, set the estimated time to cross to 10 seconds. Okay, and same thing goes for this. This is very important. So now just Control S to save and hit spacebar and see what happens. As you can see here, the character start crossing since it's green, and these here they start to stop. Now you will see that these here have stopped because they know they don't have enough time left to cross. And as you can see here, then here they have the red light and here the green light. Okay, so that's it. The only problem we have here, but it's something that we will talk about in the next video, is that at the moment we have this traffic light, well, these, set to 15 seconds. But our timeline is set to less time. Okay, so we have less time for the simulation to see the whole time is set inside the scene. So in the next video, we will talk about the timeline. See you soon.